Hello, I'm the Sorceress from saucerecipes.tv, and I'm here today to show you how to make a beautiful fresh tomato sauce for your pasta. Now it's a very simple recipe. I have here the ingredients. I have about 2 pounds of tomatoes, or 1 kilogram. I just went to the shop this morning and I bought a big bag of the cheapest tomatoes. If you don't have good tomatoes available, you can use canned. I like an Italian brand. I just think it seems to work best for me. But if you have a brand that you like, of course, any can you like will do. Now I'm going to make this as a sauce for spaghetti. Spaghetti is a long, thin pasta, and because of that it really wants a fairly thin sauce. A very heavy sauce weighs thin, fragile pasta down. So I'm making this fresh tomato sauce, which is a cooked sauce, but made of very simple ingredients. So I have my tomatoes, I have 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, I have some chopped onion, celery, carrot, that's 1 stick of celery and just 1 carrot and 1 fairly large onion. I have a few basil leaves, salt and pepper, and this is a surprise ingredient, just a little pinch of sugar, because that helps bring the tomato flavours out. So as I said, this is really simple. I have a large saucepan here. I've chosen a big one because I want this to simmer for quite a long time and to reduce, because as you see there's a lot of water in those tomatoes. So I'm just going to put the tomatoes in my saucepan like that, and then I'm going to add all the other ingredients: my onion, celery, carrot, garlic, basil, a little bit of salt, not too much at this stage. I prefer to season after I've finished cooking things, but you need a bit of salt to help the flavour to build, a little bit of pepper, and just a pinch, that's all, of sugar. So I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. You can see what I'm doing here. And now that is going on the stove for about half an hour. So I will come back and show you what I'm going to do with it once it's cooked and reduced. Right, so my sauce has been simmering for about 25 minutes, and I'm just going to go over to the stove and see what it looks like. As you can see, it's really cooked down. Now I didn't peel these tomatoes, so it's all got a lot of fibrous matter in there, and my glasses are fogging up. And it's still quite wet. Now at this stage you can do 2 things. You can let it cook some more so it becomes more and more concentrated, and gosh, it smells lovely. But you could pass it through a sieve now and make it smooth, or you could pulverise it in your food processor, or whatever you, or your mouli, or whatever you do to take the extraneous seeds and other matter out of the sauce. So that's up to you. I'm going to let this cook a little bit longer, and I'll come back when I'm ready to serve. Well, my sauce has now been cooking for long enough, a total of about 40 minutes. And this is what it now looks like, and it is an absolutely beautiful smell. Now, there are 2 things I can do with it, as I said before. One is I can puree it now and then thicken it some more, or let it cook down some more, or I can puree it and just eat it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it through this sieve to fine down and give me a lovely smooth pasta sauce for my spaghetti, which I'm going to be cooking and show you in another video. So I'm just going to push that through the sieve, and when I've done that I'm going to have the most beautiful sauce, which I will show you very soon. Now, as you see, I have nearly finished passing the sauce through the sieve. I've got some residue here. Now I can work really hard and get that further through the sieve, or of course I could do the whole thing in a blender or a food processor. But if you're going to do that, I suggest you do it in small quantities because the food processor doesn't often have a very big bowl. With this, I'm going to leave that here for now, but that goes really well on the compost, or you can add it to another dish that you're making, perhaps a casserole or a soup, or you know, just something you want to enrich a bit with a bit of tomato, and the texture doesn't matter. So now I've got this beautiful, smooth, lovely looking tomato sauce. I'm going to put it on the stove for just another couple of minutes to make it just a little bit less runny, and I'll come back and show you the results. Now if you look at that, you can see how the consistency has thickened up. I have put that on slightly high heat for about another 10 minutes. When you are simmering it for the first time, you can really put it on low heat and leave it and get on with something else. But if you're going to concentrate it a little bit more, you need to watch it in case because you don't want it to burn or burn the pan dry. So that's my sauce. I add salt and pepper to taste and serve that with my pasta. You can also use it on pizza. You can use it as a sauce with steak or with fish or with other vegetables. And it's a very versatile, very nice sauce. And if you have any left over, it freezes perfectly. This is the Sauceress from saucerecipes.tv, but for us.